Hello. We had a little mishap. I started this a while ago, and so this is take 2 on hashtag whereiwrite. It's with the Hachette book group and Periscope, and they thought it would be fun for readers to see where authors spend their days and just the space where they write and turn out their novels. I'm going to flip this now. Okay. Here I am. Okay, everybody got a good picture there. We're going to be taking a tour of my office. I wanted you to see what I look like and just what is going on in my life and in my office. So before we go any further, I'm going to flip this back and just take you on a tour. Thank you. Here we are, finally. Pardon me because I'm a little bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before, and I hope that you will enjoy what we're doing today. First of all, I'm standing at the doorway, looking at my desk, and it's a little bit hard to see because I can't get back far enough. But here I have a number of materials that I work with. We have my books, where usually these are research books. On the wall up above, I have a picture of my family, my grandkids and my kids, and my family is very important to me. Above that, I have a couple of just whimsical pictures that I like. And I write from a laptop. So here it is, just sitting there in the center of my desk. If you look over here, you'll see that I have several books on writing, and I have a little stack there of my newest book, which is called A Flying Affair. I write historical fiction. The last 2 books have been set in the Roaring '20s, and I've really had a lot of fun with that. Over here, I have a file drawer of everybody has to have a file cabinet, and I have more pictures of my family. And then I want to kind of get in here close and let you see this poster. This is the cover of my debut book. My son and daughter-in-law made this, had this canvas made for me, and that's a very special thing. Something that I really like. Okay, I have a very talented husband, and he made me a matching set of bookcases. Here's one, here's the window, and then here's the other one. And of course they just hold books, more photographs. I'm going to kind of step in close and show you this bottle of champagne. That was a surprise from my agent when I got my first review in Publishers Weekly. It was a very fun time, and it was a very good review, so that was kind of fun. And I kept the bottle of champagne to remember. Here I have another desk, but this one I use mostly for just writing little notes. I keep my mailing supplies and stamps and so forth in there. It's not really used for writing, but it is part of my office. And then on this bookcase over here, I have more family pictures. But these 2 shelves here are hold all of the published books that I have had. There's also some anthologies and some magazine articles that I've written. The large print versions, the audio books, just different things. So if you ever come to my house, you'll find everything that I've written on these 2 shelves. There's a wall next to that, which also holds some family photos, but these are a little bit older, And I'm just very, very pleased that I'm the one that's been chosen to keep these photos in my tender, loving care. This is one of my grandparents, and it was probably in the mid to late teens, maybe early 1920s. Very appropriate for the age or for the time period that I'm writing. This is one of my great-grandparents, and then here's one of my great-great-grandparents. There's my sewing machine cabinet, which everything has been tucked away nice and neat for you all to come and see my office. You don't want to see it when it's all messy. And then the last thing in my office, and the place where I spend an awful lot of time, is in this recliner. I know it's really dark with the chair and the dark walls, but here I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of thinking. I also sometimes bring my laptop over here when I get tired from sitting in the chair. I have a little collection of Raggedy Andy's Ann and Andy's that I've started since my oldest son is named Andy. And my coffee cup. There's always a coffee cup in my office and a little desk. That's about it. You've taken the full circle tour, and what I want to do now is hopefully read to you just a short excerpt from the book that I have coming out June 2nd. It's called A Flying Affair. It's set in the 1920s. And Mittie Humphrey's greatest desire in life is to become an aviatrix and to be a pioneer among some of the women like Amelia Earhart. This excerpt that I'm going to read is a little ways into the book. Mittie has been taking flying lessons, and she's learned about competitions, and so this is her first flying competition. When the flagman waved at Mittie, she followed everything she'd learned up until this point, doing laps inside her head. And then the sky was hers. She climbed higher and higher. Hours of training taken over. A short 5 months ago, this had been only a dream. And now she soared, banking to the left and finding the ribbon of highway that snaked across Missouri, taking her toward Columbia, the halfway mark, on wings of silver. Her eyes burned, even with goggles, the rush of cold air on her cheeks, but she'd never felt more glorious. She kept one eye on the compass and altimeter, the other on the landscape below. Her feet on the rudder, hands on the wheel, she tended Victor's swallow with the same precision as she did when training her beloved gypsy. The wind whistled by, catching her at times with its currents, giving her heart a momentary start, until she leveled out and checked her position. Below her, the highway was the hand that guided her. Obscured from view for minutes at a time, the road wound through hilly terrain, then straightened and beckoned her to follow. An hour, then almost 2, and she passed a small lake that blinded her with its reflection of the sun and mounds created by Indians centuries before. The splendor of creation and the work of man converged in wonderment beneath her. Mittie sent a prayer of gratitude heavenward, and moments later she saw the sprawl of Columbia on a plateau above the Ozarks. She corrected her direction and circled to the north and the plains where the airfield waited. The flying scenes were some of my favorite to write in this book, just because it was something that I knew very little about, and there are a lot of those type of scenes, and this one, while it wasn't tension-filled, it was the one that where Mittie, I think, really felt the first divine affirmation that flying was what she was meant to do. Right now, I am researching for a novel that's set in the Depression years, and this is another era that sort of captured my attention, and I really can't wait to get started on that. Before I leave, I'd like to tell you that my website is www.carlastewart.com. I would love for you to visit me there, read about my other books. And I want to thank you for coming today and participating, for just given me a little bit of grace because I started the first time and my dog started barking and the people who were working on the house banged on my door, and I was kind of rattled here in the beginning. Well, I think now that it's time to sign off. So, to tell you, have a great day. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you either at a book signing or a book event someday. I love you, readers. Remember, #whereiwrite, and that would be also at whereiwritetv.com. I want to thank my publisher for letting me have this opportunity to be with you today. Thank you. Bye-bye.